Zephirah's Adventure Podcast, episode 14 for October 19th, 2018. In this episode, where does the time go? Disturb Evolution, all things Azeroth, Azerite gear, and Dungeon Fable? Hello, and welcome to episode 14 of Zephirah's Adventure. I'm your host, Zephirah. How's everybody doing? It's been a crazy last week, including this past weekend, but we'll get into all that as we talk about Magic and Warcraft and everything that's coming up. So let's actually start with Magic, specifically the MTG Monday post, Where Does the Time Go? With all of the things that a person has to do for work and family and various other responsibilities, people often wonder where I find the time to play Magic. I know this previous weekend I fully intended to play a round of Magic with my younger brother. However, the schedule for the weekend didn't allow for it. Friday, I ran errands and picked up things for the house. Saturday, my siblings and I participated in a walk for breast cancer that we attend annually. Later that evening, the Running of the Gnomes event in Warcraft took place. Both events were fun in their own ways. I absolutely enjoyed my time. Thank you for everything, for the people that put this together. Then Sunday, my family attended a local Miracle League party. And if you don't know what the Miracle League is, it's a local baseball league that helps and assists people with varying degrees of mental and or physical disabilities play the game of baseball. Now, the players range with their disabilities, but the league modifies how they approach it for each person. For example, blind players have a special ball that you press a button and it makes a noise for the person to hear the ball coming at them, and then they would also have a buddy that would help them bat and run the bases. It's a great cause. I love being involved with the league. Each shot brings a smile on their faces and the faces of their buddies and their families. It's great. Put it all together. It's just a wonderful time. The league, just so you know, takes donations from individuals and various businesses around the area. This is not just a local, I'm from the greater Pittsburgh area, but it's around the nation. But locally, the Pittsburgh Pirates has their own charity that they take donations for, and then they flip that into charitable donations for things like the Miracle League or local hospitals for children and stuff like that. So it's really great that they do that. Thank you for my local baseball team donating this for the kids and their time as well. It's great. I love it. So basically, for what it's worth, at times missing some time to play Magic and other things to make someone else's day, means the world. So it's great. That adventure for the weekend was wonderful and amazing, and it made me very happy. So thank you for listening to me banter about this. This is great. But something that I'm excited for coming up is Disturbed. Their Evolution album is going to be coming out here soon. Actually, the day that I'm recording this, the 19th, is when it's going to drop. The video for Are You Ready is available and looks absolutely awesome. So definitely check out the video, which I have links for. I also have links to their album via iTunes and on Amazon on the blog. So definitely take a look. It's definitely at least worth a try and listen. Now, some podcasting things. On November 5th, I'm going to be a guest host in Toasty's spot for all things Azeroth, and I'm super excited because Toasty's going to be spending some time in Anaheim. you know, drinking it up, having a good time. Thank you, Toasty Posty Can. I really appreciate me being able to fill your shoes. I know I can't do a very good job at that because you're wonderful and I love you. You're great. And if you haven't seen him, a couple months ago, we did a community spotlight with Toasty, which I'll also link in the show notes here for you. But I have their website, the show's Twitter, Medros, Toasty, and Fandeath. Their stuff is linked in the blog post, but I'll also link it here in the show notes. But since we're also talking about podcasting, and I mentioned Allie before, but I quickly fell in love with her podcast, Dungeon Fables, which I am featuring here independently other than the community spotlight she did a while ago. Definitely check her stuff out too. She's also going to be hosting All Things Azeroth here soon. So, support these people. They're great people. Like, I don't know what else to say. Like, Allie has been such a wonderful person in the community in Warcraft and in CTR and all of that. It's been great. Like, I absolutely enjoy the time spent with these people. It's great. But I now want to address the elephant in the room. Since we're talking about Warcraft. Azerite gear. And I would like to start out by saying that not everyone is in the loud minority and wants to complain about everything. That is not my purpose for my post or my thing here. I know also that not everyone knows how to approach Blizzard with an appropriate suggestion to resolve the current issues with Azerite gear. We also need to remember as players that we are players of the game, not a developer. So, with that being said, I don't want to ever downgrade somebody's thoughts or opinions on this. So, at least the vast majority of us has never designed a game from the ground up, nor do we have the said skills to do so. So I think that we have to give Blizzard a little bit, but I also want to say for those entitled people, there's a lot of us that casualed our way up to a casual high item level and busted our butts to get where we're at, even with the broken stuff, or what you consider to be broken. I'm not saying the Azerite system is perfect, but I'm not letting that be a focal point on how I play the game. I know it was designed and presented to us to be a major part of Battle for Azeroth, but that's not the only thing that's happening here, guys. I've always enjoyed pet battling, or running old raids, or, insert whatever thing that the game has to offer here. I also, work gathering gold as a passive way to keep my head above water to purchase mats for raiding on Tuesday nights with my raid team in Road to Raid. Hi, rubber chickens! You guys are great. And they know that I'm absolutely, prime casual person to be in their group. And that's what we do. We run normal. And there's nothing wrong with that. But on that note, the current issue with Azerite that each piece has a predetermined set of traits that cannot be changed under any circumstance. And even if a reforge would be allowed on the item, it would cause, a huge amount of gold. And you may not get the trait that you're needing for that particular character or that particular slot. The randomness of it all can be janky at best, and I know not everyone has the time and or energy to spend or to be expended on trying to gather this gear in LFR or normal due to whatever work and or life thing. Um, Also, for the ones that are suggesting to add Azurite pieces to Mythic pluses, I don't know if this will fix the current issues because of the randomness of it all. Um, no, with all that being said, I, like I said, I've busted my butt to get my priest where she is. Is it great? No. However, I'm making the most of the situation of what I have. I know that I have to adjust with the gear that I have. And what I can say in a positive light for Azurite gear is that Blizzard is trying a new system, a new way to do things. And it's going to take them a little bit of time to perfect it. I don't expect it to be perfect. And they've already said until they were blue in the face, quite literally, Blizzard Blues, come on, that they're making an effort to look into things and do their research and apply changes to the gear that the game needs and the Azurite gear needs. And for that, I'm thankful that they're working hard on it. So the next step in here is, what do I think that will be a benefit to these Azurite pieces? And what I say is to Blizzard, honestly, is take a look at your own games, specifically Warcraft. In previous expansions, what's worked, what hasn't, why? Explain that for your own internal thing. And if something worked previously but was overpowered, how can you adjust it for the Azurite gear now? And that thought actually came from Time Walking. Time Walking actually gave me that idea. Because we're going, as characters, we're being set back. We're being adjusted the character to fit Pandaria and whatever BC, whatever we're time walking. So, and then I go into saying a little bit further, what about your other IPs? Like Diablo, Overwatch. What works? What doesn't? What can work? What can you pull from? So that's just a thought, and I'm sure that they're already doing that. I had seen in one of my various forum look-throughs on the Blizzard website, there was one that was titled Azurite Rewiring. I didn't grab the link for this, but I thought it was a great idea. So basically what the player was suggesting, that it would cover reducing those costs a little bit to redo the traits. And with each time that you would choose, it would randomize them. And that it could be improved. Yes, it's a little bit, it's still based on RNG, but it's not as bad as we would think. And then each ring would have an improvement on a base trait, but there's one that would stay the same. And that would be non-budgeable, you can't buy your way out of that. So I just thought that was a really good idea and a really fresh way to look at it. But definitely take a look at everything, guys, and see what, you can do with your tunes, even if nothing changes. So shoutouts for the week to Wizards of the Coast, Blizzard Entertainment, Disturbed, the cast of all things Azeroth, Medros, Pandeth, and Dosi, Alley of Dungeon Fables, and to all the participants in the Gnome Run and Breast Cancer Walk. You can follow me on Twitter at Zephirah_Zella, and there is a link to the Discord server in the show notes. The music used in this episode is Alchemist Tower, Alien Restaurant, and Division by Kevin MacLeod at incompetech.com by Attribution 3.0, and World of Warcraft, Magic the Gathering, and any other products or services and their terms, concepts, images, logos, and any other materials related to them are trademarked and copywritten to Blizzard Entertainment, Wizard of the Coast, or the artist or recording studios. No copyright infringement intended. And until next time, I hope your adventure is awesome.